Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Noah back again with another video. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I help people awaken to their true abilities through wellness and spirituality. And today's going to be a very interesting video because I want to talk about what happened last night. I know a lot of you have heard Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. Now, I was really debating on whether I should talk about this because this is kind of not really my element that much, but I am a mixed martial artist fan. I like the sport of mixed martial arts. And so I was very intrigued by this matchup between Ben Askren versus Jake Paul. And, I want to go over how Jake Paul actually pulled off the upset. You know what I mean? In my eyes, I thought it was an upset. I really truly thought that Ben Askren was going to win. I was kind of pulling for Ben. I thought Ben was going to, go out there, wear Jake down a little bit, get up inside. But I do want to go over, the reason, why you clicked on this video. The real reason why Jake Paul actually won. You know what I mean? It doesn't have anything to do with these. It doesn't have anything to do with his fists. But more importantly, what it has to do with is his mind. You see, oftentimes we like to underestimate the power of our mind, but, the thing is, Jake Paul, from the moment he offered Ben Askren the fight, he knew that he was going to knock out Ben Askren within the first round. You know what I'm saying? And because he knew this, he believed it from day one. A lot of us like to, hate on Jake Paul, including myself, right? He doesn't really seem like a super nice guy. He seems kind of like an asshole, right? That's kind of how all of us see him as. But we have to understand that that's his shtick, right? He's playing a character, you know what I'm saying? He's playing the asshole so that we are going to want to watch it, you know what I'm saying? And so that is why he's acting like that. He's trying to sell the fight. He's trying to get as many pay-per-view buys as possible. You know what I mean? Crazy, like, think about it. One YouTuber, right, who literally makes YouTube videos for a living, has Justin Bieber, Doja Cat, all those celebrities performing at his event. You know what I'm saying? So we can criticize Jake Paul as much as we want to, but at the end of the day, he's playing a shtick. You know what I mean? That's kind of his thing. Like, if you don't know what a shtick is, it's pretty much a character that you play who isn't like yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like Conor McGregor, for example. He talks a lot of shit, but in real life, he's actually not. He's actually a very humble guy. Same thing for Jake Paul, you know what I'm saying? In his interviews, right, he's going to talk like he's this cocky. He's going to talk like he's this cocky, arrogant guy. But in reality, he's just a man who has very strong self-belief within himself. You know what I mean? He has a very strong BS. He has very strong belief system. And he was able to use his mind, right, to be able to manifest this victory that he had last night. Because he was visualizing literally every single day, and he believed since day one that he was going to do it. That holds a lot of power. There's a lot of power in believing in yourself and, visualization, right? Visualizing a certain outcome before it happens, right? We have to understand that everything in our life that we've obtained we've manifested. Meaning that there was a point in time where we thought about it and it has came into our fruition. That's all what manifestation is, right? And so Jake Paul manifested this win. Because he believed in himself, everybody around him believed in him. There were even some celebrities who were saying that he was actually going to win. Right? And even me, I didn't know that he was going to win, right? But there was a part of me that actually was pulling for him because I know how many people were against him. And there were so many people that were against him that I just thought it was very interesting that he was able to do that. You know what I mean? It really comes down, it comes down to his mindset, and it comes down to his belief system, right? He had full 100% faith in him. I'm not saying Ben Askren didn't, right? But Ben Askren was kind of just like, oh, this kid's like whatever. He wasn't taking the fight seriously. Jake Paul was 100% taking it seriously. And you saw that, you know what I mean? this kid's been training for 3 years. You know, if you've been doing anything for 3 years and you absolutely love it like Jake does, Jake loves boxing, right? He'll tell you it's a sport that he loves. He enjoys getting beat up, you know, in sparring every single day. He enjoys it. And when you have a guy who is motivated, who believes in himself, and who loves what he does, you know, that's a dangerous guy, you know, in terms of the boxing ring. And so this is how he was actually able to pull off this upset. I'm still calling it an upset because Ben Askren is one of the most decorated mixed martial artists in history. You know what I'm saying? Granted, that doesn't really translate to a boxing ring, right? And Jake Paul's been very smart about his marketing and his business decisions around who he's offering to fight him. You know, think about it. Since he believed in himself since day one, he got everyone else to believe in him. And because there were everyone else believing in him, that's powerful. You know, all of that together, it manifests. And you know, a lot of people were laughing at him at open workouts. But one thing that I noticed was that, you know, he actually played, the music that he was playing was medicinal music. What do I mean by medicinal music? It was meditative music. It has a certain meditative frequency to that music. Meaning that it was very powerful. You know, when you have a binaural beats type of music, it sounded like it was 528 hertz, but granted, if you have a lot of the music nowadays, it's kind of off, it's a certain frequency that actually isn't good for us. But he actually played high frequency music, and high frequency music is very good for your whole body. You know what I'm saying? Our body responds to music, right? And so while he's doing yoga with his instructor, right, I thought it was a very interesting decision for him to come out. And he said himself that this is the most boring open workout ever. But I was looking at the comments section, right? Everyone was making fun of him. Everyone's saying this guy's gonna get knocked out, right? This guy's gonna go in there and get slept. But I thought Ben was low-key gonna sleep him. I was like, what if Ben just comes in there and just like claps him? But there was like a part of me that was like, that actually was rooting for him, because, you know, when you have that many people who dislike you, you know, it really shows a lot more about them than it actually does about Jake Paul. You know, we can hate on Jake Paul as much as we want to, but all he's doing is he's simply living his best life. He's doing exactly what he wants to when he wants to. And that's the most important key to this video, is that he believed in himself so much that this was easy for him. He saw it coming. Like he said before, he's predicted it. That's how people predict things, you know. That's how you see Conor McGregor predicting a lot of his finishes, is because he knew in his mind that he was good enough. You know, he believed that because of he was putting himself in the gym every single day, that was going to manifest into wins for him. And so did Jake Paul. And so don't be surprised if you see Jake Paul winning more bouts. You know what I'm saying? Bet on him, probably. Unless you got a guy who has very powerful visualization techniques as well. You know, I'm sure Ben Askren wasn't practicing visualization techniques, meaning that he wasn't sitting by himself visualizing how the fight would play out. That's a huge part in this. You know, it's a huge part in this whole fight, is Jake Paul was actually visualizing a first round knockout from the beginning. You know, and so that is how Ben Askren lost this fight. You know what I'm saying? I thought Ben Askren would win, but I was actually pretty shocked. But I was also like, man, that is just insane. That's crazy. You know, I'm sure the people who bet on Ben Askren are pretty upset right now. I know Snoop Dogg's not, but that's going to do it for today's video. A little bit different, you know what I mean? But it does tie into a lot of the topics that I speak about here on this channel, which is that our mind holds a lot of power to it. And if you have a strong belief system, meaning that if you believe in yourself 100%, there's nothing that you can't do. And Jake Paul just proved that last night. So with that being said, my friends, have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night wherever you're at. If you want to comment anything, questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to let me know. If you dislike this video, let me know as well. I'd be interested. As well as if you have any future recommendations for future videos that you want me to talk about, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. And peace, love, and happiness, my friends. Mwah.